All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful people? It is officially our last live learning session, at least for a while, and I'm really excited about that because, as you know, I'm more of the type to actually get in on the action. Whenever I do lives, I like to actually look at the charts live, talk about setups live, and really get into that action. You know, people love that thrill. People love that dopamine, right? Of getting into these live action sessions. However, when it comes time to the learning sessions, I have to slow it up a lot and I have to break things down in order for you to understand what is actually going on in these charts. How do these charts work? What is it that you need to look out for? How to do this, how to do that. There's literally a lot to cover. Now, I went over what is binary, what is Forex, what is binary. I went over live charting, which is SRTs, support resistance trend lines. We spoke about contraction, expansion, and fundamental analysis. We went over drawing tools, several of them. Drawing tools part 1, drawing tools part 2. We went over trading indicators part 1, and we just did part 2 yesterday. So is already over 8 hours of content that's already developed, right? And usually whenever, I have websites up just teach people how to trade and whatnot, it's really broken apart and it's really so basic. But we actually took our time to explain just a little bit more things in this series of sessions that we did. The last time we did a series of sessions, it was the free trading blueprint. And there were things that I know that I was possibly missing out on that I didn't want to miss out on this series of live sessions, live learning sessions. And so let me show you what I did. So I created the YouTube playlist already, okay, for the Binary FX live learning replays. So this lesson that we are currently teaching now will be the 9th video. So it'll literally be over 9 hours, almost 10 hours of learning content when it comes to trading. And today what we are talking about is, as you saw before, strategy creation. And so when we are talking about strategies, okay, the idea is that we use a collection of indicators and also drawing tools to really have a highly effective analysis when we are approaching the charts. So we spoke about indicators individually. We spoke about drawing tools individually. We spoke about SRTs, support resistance trend lines, right? And so you could base strategies on each of those things. You could have a strategy just on SRTs and call it the break and retest strategy, right? Where you're literally just waiting for the breaks. You could do that, okay? You could use strategies based on one indicator. For example, the MA cross, right? The moving average cross. You can base strategies on more complex indicators that have several things built inside of it, such as the MACD, right? Or the Ichimoku cloud, as you saw how complex that was. And so you could develop strategies with super basic stuff with the Naked Forex chart, which means no indicators at all, just drawing tools. And you could do that, right? However, what worked for me, and I could only speak on what worked for me. What worked for me is definitely using indicators together, multiple indicators together to collect multiple confirmations. My goal whenever I'm approaching these charts is to have at least 4 confirmations. If I get more than 4 confirmations, I'm even more confident with that. On some days when I'm feeling just a little bit more flexible, then I'm okay with 3 confirmations on a chart. And so I'm going to show you, okay, how you can leverage these indicators and use them together. See, there are some indicators that are just simply supply and demand type of indicators. So when the market is consolidating, these supply and demand type of indicators, when you use them together, it'll boost the effectiveness of trading when the market is basically consolidating, okay? When there's some contraction in the market or when the market is finding balance, okay? When the market is trending, it makes sense to use momentum-based indicators. And I just don't use indicators alone. There are times that you may want to use some drawing tools along with indicators to get even more confirmations on your chart. Or keep it simple with SRT, support resistance trend lines, and maybe just a couple of indicators and have several confirmations that way. So I'm going to show you some indicators that work well together and how you can create a strategy out of it. You can literally create a template from that strategy using TradingView, and you can share that template with others. You can even program signals to go directly to your email, okay, even to your phone. All right, you could do that. And what I'm going to cover is strategies that we can base on the free technical indicators that's on the technical library here on TradingView. And the reason why is because there are some websites, some widgets you can use, okay, where you could only use the indicators, the basic technical indicators that are standard issue, not from the community that you can get on TradingView, okay? And so let's begin with that. Right now, this is still New York session, 2:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday, May 16th. And, I feel good. I feel good. I hope you feel good as well. And so first and foremost, if you remember, we're just going to kind of quickly go through SRTs, and everything's going to kind of sum together in a very quick way. With experience, you'll be able to quickly identify things on the chart as opposed to how long it took you when you first started out. Remember that repetition is the mother of all skill. Repetition is the father of all learning. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Right now, I am on Euro USD, and I'm going to show you exactly how I like to see the market before I implement some indicators on it. Okay. So first and foremost, I'm on Euro USD. Let's bring it to the weekly. Boom. All right. I'm going to zoom all the way out, and I'm going to go a little quicker, right? Because we've been through some of these lessons already. I'm going to go a little quicker than usual, right? And so you guys know I like to mark up my tops, my bottoms, all right? So tops is resistances, bottoms is support. You could also refer to it as floors and ceilings, right? And just to keep it cool, just to keep it smooth, okay? So this is what I'm going to do. I could start from the bottom up or start from the top down, okay? If I see 3 touches to an area and the market is doing some hard moves in the particular direction, then that's going to be valid for me, all right, to recognize that level, right? Okay, and so I'm just going to be marking up these levels on the weekly time frame. And again, you'll see some of the same things. You'll see support become resistance, resistance become support. You see a lot of that. There are some trends that are still following and never really broken over time. from 2008, 2023. Okay, you can see things on the chart. The chart will show you some stuff, whether things is of the past or present, whatever. Sometimes the chart will show you stuff. So, for example, if I use zigzag or if I did one big harmonic pattern, you would be surprised what you could identify in the markets for sure. I am still in the weekly, by the way. All right, and so this is basic SRTs right here, support, resistance, trend lines, and then once I start laying indicators on them, it's gonna bring it in even tighter for more accurate trading analysis. All right, X marks the spot. So here's one of those moments where, a triangle is currently being formed. And one of the rules of the triangles, all right, is usually there is about 5 touches to the triangle before a breakout happens, right? X marks the spot, right? So when you start seeing the candles form patterns. I was going to say patterns for some reason. When the candles form patterns, that's how I got that. 5 touches to the triangle usually is going to equal a breakout. But even when it starts getting cornered like this, all right, eventually a breakout's going to happen, right? You see 2 types of flows, right? A downtrend flow, an uptrend flow. And when there's a meeting point together, there's going to be a breakout that's bound to happen. There's no coincidence that it's right here on a powerful weekly level, right? Like the market is in a sensitive place right now when it comes to, EU, all right? So Euro USD, okay? So a lot of us traders, we refer to currency pairs with the first initial of the base currency and the first initial of the quote currency. So for example, if I'm referring to USD JPY, I'll just say UJ, right? I'm over here looking at UJ and whatnot. Right now I'm looking at Euro USD, so it's EU, okay? Just to help you get familiar with the jargon. If you ever hear me go on a live session, you're like, what is EU? What is EJ? What is UJ? What is this? What is that? Now you know. You'll start to see things for sure. All right, and you still be able to identify opportunities, again, regardless of what direction the market is going in. All right, so look, we just did some markups in the weekly. Now let's go into the 30-minute. All right, and I'm gonna zoom out on the 30-minute. See if I could yeah, so I'm gonna remove the triangle for now, just so we could clear it up, right? I did my markup in the weekly, we good. All right, now on the 30-minute, we can see, all right, here's some levels that we can hit, but because I'm not marking this up on the weekly chart, all right, I'm gonna make it just a little weaker. All right, I'm gonna make it 2 pixels. All right, this is pretty notable, and so is this. Sometimes horizontal lines won't cut it, but a rectangle would. So if you see like 2 horizontal lines like tight together, parallel but tight together, I might cover that with a rectangle. All right, broke this level before, but look, came back to it, shattered it. There's a little slant right there. Let's follow that. But you see, like, okay, let me show you something. All right, I could draw like a small trend line right here, right? And that's cool. But this is going to need something more different than just a trend line because it's kind of respecting other levels too. So this is when we bring out some of the other tools, for example. Like the Gann fan. All right. All right, this is 1-1 right here. Yeah, so 1-1 is going to follow the trend line I just drew. Boom, okay? And so the Gann fan, all right, notice this. Caught that, all right? It's kind of following these levels very nicely. So that was a good call right there using the Gann fan, okay? This is a drawing tool, okay? So SRTs, drawing tool, all right? We got that. Okay. And we are on the 30-minute. So because it seems to me that this is just trending at this point, I don't really see any period of pure consolidation. This looks like it's trending. So I'm going to use a momentum-based indicator. So let's use one, and then we'll use another one. Okay. So in here, we're going to use regular technicals. Let's use a momentum-based one. Let us go with, I'm thinking, there's actually quite a few that we could use. But let's go with the William alligator indicator. So let's go with the Williams gator. All right, there we go. I was like, yo, what happened? Okay, so now we see the 3 lines over here. As you guys know, I like to go in and edit the draw, all right, which is the small moving average. We covered this last night on indicators part 2, okay? So this is going to be my signal line, so I'm going to make it gold. I'm going to make the other 2 gray where I could kind of see them, okay? Where it's still visible, but I'm really, looking for the signal of it. All right, and I'm gonna save this as my default. So anytime I use this indicator, it's gonna show exactly how I customized it. Okay, so peep that. Okay, nice and tight. So when my signal line cross over the other 2 lines, that is a signal that I want to take. All right, so right now what I'm going to wait for is for this signal to cross down the other 2. All right, and we know that we are good for a sell right there. Let's go into the lower time frames. It's probably going to be showing us. All right, so we did get across right over here. Great. All right, we caught it right here. And it looks like it's going to start coming down. So you see this white one is bullish. Once it gets close to over here, I'll be interested in placing a sell. But just keep in mind that this is just one confirmation, okay? All right, we did our drawing tool on the higher time frame. Okay, and we got these indicators working on the lower time frame. Look at these 3 dojis, like on and off. Look at that, that's fire. All right, 15-minute, 5-minute. Okay, boom. We could get into a quick scalp right over here, but this is not enough. All right, this is just one confirmation that we're getting for a sell, which is great. We could do that. Okay, let's put in another momentum-based indicator that would be a supplement to what we are doing here. And so with another momentum-based indicator, we can go with what I connected it with before. Let's go with the Keltner channel, okay? So this was a strategy I created called the Blue Gator, The original name for it was the Gator Death Roll, but that was that wasn't really too PG-13 for one of the companies that were my clients. Okay, and so with the Keltner channels, I'm gonna edit it. All right, I don't really need the bands at all. Let me just work with the background, and I'm good with it being white. Okay, so when the market is outside of the Keltner channel to the north, I know it's going up. If I see that the candles are south of the Keltner channel area, then I know it's going to keep going south. All right, so let's look at the higher time frame and see how the Keltner channel is operating over here. So it seems to be everything seems to be operating within the Keltner channel for the most part. So look, here was the up move. We're looking for a down move or up move, right? But it looks like we're going to need a little bit more to this if we want to capture some short-term opportunities over here. Okay, so let's add another one. Let's go to let's use the stochastic oscillator. Alrighty. And let's see what signs that will give us. So it's going to give us a MA cross. But at the same time, this is going to show us overbought, oversold. This could be used as a momentum indicator. You know what? Let me X that out because I could use that better for supply and demand. Let me use another indicator here that's going to work well with Keltner channel and Williams Gator. We can go actually with the MACD. I'm cool going with the MACD. Moving average convergence divergence. All right, right over here. Okay. We see what's up there. I may cross over here. We also have the histogram working. All right, showing there is volume going to the south. Let's see how this is going to play out. And let's add one more. One more momentum-based indicator. We could do the True Strength Index. I'm cool with doing the True Strength Index. All right, True Strength Index will be a great supplement to this. All right, so 25.25 is usually where it's at for overbought, oversold, but this is also going to show us exactly what we need in combination with the MACD, with the Keltner channel, and also the Williams Gator. Okay. All right, he's definitely showing downward momentum. And so when we get sell signals on the TSI, on the MACD, right over here on the Gator, that's 3 indications for it. Let's add parabolic. Stop and reverse. Okay, there you go, nice and tight. Remember, when the candles is above the parabolic, that indicates price moving up. When the candles are below the parabolic dots, that indicates price is moving down. So if we get the parabolic to show that this is going bearish, we already see the downward momentum on the MACD and on the TSI. we are aware it's momentum conditions, not consolidation conditioning, right? So we're looking at these indicators based on that. All right, look, it's going to come up here, and then eventually it's going to get ready for that quick sell. All right, so Euro USD, we can go show a real life example. Let's get up on here. Okay, Euro USD. All right, we're going to go with not an OTC pair, but with a traditional one. Euro USD. Paying out 78%. Cool. All right. The idea is we go in on the sell, so I want to catch the sell on the uptick. And we use this. We'll use this for confirmation. So it's moving up. It's getting close to that sell point. All right, and I'm going to take that. And I'm going to take it for 5 minutes. Okay, I got to wait for it to come up here again. Because that's how it is, right? You want to catch it where you should catch it. All right. Okay, so I caught the sell right over here. Euro USD. All right, so it's right at a sensitive area. This is going to close in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This is nice and high where I would like to do some more sells. All right, let's do another one. Boom. It's always good to get multiple entries. If you're on a sell, the idea is to get the high points. So if it wants to go higher, even better. I could go in for stronger positions there. All right, this is going to close in 2 minutes. So let's see how this is going to close, okay? Ideally, we want to use the 3 candle rule, but for the sake of the playback, I just did a 5-minute trade as opposed to a 15-minute one. A 15-minute trade will allow 3 5-minute candles to clear, right? So it can actually have time to make a move, but for the sake of this playback and for these sessions, I try to make it an easy learning experience for y'all. But if it was by myself, I would do a 15-minute trade. Okay, so look, 1 minute left, 1 minute 9 seconds left. We're going to see how this is going to perform. We're going to see how this is going to end. All right, so 20 seconds left. Usually in the final seconds of a candle, especially when it's at the close of a major hour, it'll basically be a battle between the buyers and the sellers. 2, 1, and it closed up there. Okay, it closed up there, but that's all good because it's an opportunity to get in on much better sells with a much higher risk, okay? So over here, now that I know where we at, I'm going to take some higher risk. All right, I'm gonna let that rock. Right, because it is gonna be the close of the hour by the time we through with this. So let's look at the levels. Let's look at the levels. You know, so sometimes when I get out of the mic, then it gets all echoey. Rejected over here a couple times. It did it over here a few times too. Here's some bottom wicks to this level. Here's some top wicks to this level. Right? So is it finding consolidation now? Probably. Right? So we have to get real specific with this. All right? Sometimes some L's is going to hit. It's all good. It's a part of the game. But as long as you stay consistent, right, with what you believe the market is going to do based on indicators, right, and you're not just revenge trading or trying to hold on to a hopeless trade, you'll be good. Champions adjust, right? So if the market is suddenly moving another way, you have to go with the flow, all right? The trend is your friend. Go with the flow. Keep that in mind. All right, so we're going to see how that's going to play out too. And so right here with the MACD, with the TSI, with the parabolic, with the alligator indicator, with the Keltner channel, when we have a clear consensus as to where the market is going, that will boost your effectiveness. But if it's only one or two indicators indicating price is going to move in a certain direction, that's cool. You're still kind of taking a chance though, right? You're taking a bigger risk. That's just what it is, right? But if you stay gun-ho with your strategy, and it's a working strategy, you know, when you put consistency behind it, you'll be good to go. I believe we're going to be good. So I'm going to let this play out. We have 3 minutes left on this. 2 minutes left on this, actually, from what I see over here. Okay, and again, it's going to be the close of an hour. It's going to be 3 p.m. in less than 2 minutes. You're going to see the buyers and the sellers battle it out. Let's see who's going to win. So far, the buyers are winning. But it ain't too late. It's not too late. So we'll see. All right, it's interesting. There's a great correlation to time and price. Because if you look at this is 108,700. Just so happens to be the closing of an hour, right? So look how it floats to an institutional level number. All right, we're going to see how this plays out. Right now it's at 707. Okay, and here we go. It's going to be the final. It's the final minute. And we're going to see who wins. The buyers or the sellers. Final 30 seconds. Mark is still at 707. It was touching 706. Let's see what it does. Right when the countdown concludes. It's right stuck at 707, 706. Yeah, there's a lack of volatility right now at this time. It is usually a bad time to trade at this particular time. And look, the opening of the new candle was pretty strong. We're going south, right? But let's see how that ends up, okay? So these are designed for, you to literally take a collection of some of these indicators and figure out what's going on. So now that we know it's not trending, it's going to start consolidating, as you can see right over here. Now we could go according to that, right? We can erase this, We can now switch it up. Remove indicators. I'll keep the drawing tools, right? So now that I know that it's going to be consolidating, we're going to go with Bollinger Bands. Okay. Here we go. We're going to go with the OG Simple Scalper over here. This is the OG Simple Scalper strategy. Now we'll use the stochastic, the RSI, so the relative strength index. All right, let's do the parabolic as well. I'll keep that on it. All right. Looks like a quick sell to me. Let me upgrade this. Take out the bases. Yeah, I'll keep that. Keep these color schemes in there. All right, I'm going to go for a sell. 15 minutes. Oh no, it did 1 minute. It's crazy. All right, 15 minutes. Doing several cells over here. Let's see how many we'll put in. All right, so that 1 minute is about to clear. Look at this. Look how this is going to jump from 193 to... Let's refresh. Boom. See that? And these are 15 minutes. So we got some time with these. Right? And look. Since now it's consolidating. We got the signal over here for a sell. Right? Because it crossed down. Over here we didn't get no signal. We did get it here. Also the SRT. Right? The resistance line over here acted as an additional confirmation. Let's see what the word is. Using the fib on a 5 minutes, not the best thing, but you know, sometimes you'd be surprised. It's Fibonacci and everything. So 236. Seems to be some resistance over here. Filling this in. All right, looks pretty cool to me. See a miniature trend line over here on the fib. Right, so it might just come down here to 382, which is where I got the support at. All right, so we'll see how this pans out. So far, so good. It's out of here. It's out of here. Winning so far, guys. Okay? And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this close out. Okay. Look, we're gonna keep that as is on Euro USD. All right. Let's move on to a different currency pair and use a different strategy. Okay. So let's go to USD JPY. It's New York session, right? And let's use a different strategy that we could implement. Since this doesn't really show me trending conditions really on USD JPY, I do see this kind of narrowing in a little bit, but nothing too serious. Let me use some different indicators here. Okay. We can use let's use a 200 moving average. So let's adjust this to 200 so it can act as a signal line. Okay. Let's add in there let's put in the let's add in here the money flow index. It's a volume weighted RSI. Okay. Let's add in here we can add in here fractals as opposed to parabolic SAR. We could do that. So what I like to do with the fractals is I like to switch it up. Okay, so all right. All right, now over 2 periods. I want to make this over 10 periods. Actually, that'll be better on a higher time frame. Let's do not 2 periods. Let's do every 3 periods. Huh. I'm thinking 2 might be good for this example here. There we go. Okay. So I switch it around. So if it detects the price is going to start moving up versus moving up, I switched it around. And I compared this with the super trend. That'll be a good one too to add into this one. Looking at how the fractals are looking to me right now. Go right into the super trend. All right, boom. Here we go. And let me just switch some things up with the super trend. Okay. So, all right, let me tell you a couple of things that I do see. On my RSI, I see that the candles are above my RSI. So I am only interested in looking for buys, which means when it comes to the fractals, I'm only interested in what's being shown on the up arrows. And I'm looking at the super trend. So if I see that I'm in a white zone with the super trend, I'm getting white arrows, okay? That's going to be pretty good for me to see right here. Now, it looks like it's already getting to a point where it's going to get to overbought zone. And this is based on volume as well. So then if that is the case, I'll look for sell. But for right now, I'm just going to negate what I see on the money flow index. You got to think of indicators like selecting a jury, right? You want to go with the majority of what your indicators are saying. If there's one indicator that is basically what they're indicating is contrary to what the majority of indicators are indicating, then you could just basically ignore it, right? Go with the majority of what your indicators are telling you, okay? And so right now I'm going to wait for a clear signal here to enter a trade, and then we could go according to that. Now, this is without drawing tools, and we didn't do SRTs. But let's add that in there. I'm looking at this, all right, and I'm starting to identify some stuff just by looking over here. We could use, a couple of tools to determine what's going on. Okay. Let us use. We could literally use whatever. We don't have to use certain ones that pull up. We could literally use anything we want, but in this case, I think I will use a pitchfork, maybe the shift one. Okay, this would be the ideal medium point. Look at that. Here's the low point. Look at this. Huh. Fire. On the lower end for sure. Let me mix up, let me change up these colors a little bit. Okay. So I'm looking for some clear signals right now. And so it looks like we may have to wait a little bit. If we're looking based on support and resistance as well, let me add this in there. Notice this form an X spot right here, and this is forming a triangle within itself. So we follow it up. You can literally peep this. This is crazy. Look how this is following it perfectly. Look at that. So between using the pitchforks, using the super trend, using the Williams fractal, using basic shapes, RSI, just identifying what we're seeing over here, we can literally anticipate a strong move about to happen. But even if so, if we honor what we see in a triangle over here and the SRTs are respecting, it's still going to be within the pitchfork. It's going according to what the super trend is saying. We could get in on a quick sell, and then we could get in on a longer term buy. So this is what I like to call binary trapping, right? So you could do a short term sell and a longer term buy, and if you win both positions, it's pretty powerful. Okay, that's USD JPY right over here. Looks like this will go good for a quick sell. Now, I do have a few positions open on Euro USD. Remember, these were the 15-minute positions. That's why I say, if you follow my 3-candle rule, it's a fire thing to do, because you're not rushing into it. Okay, boom, and done. All right, so these two have won. Now look, if you look over here, this is a winner. If you look over here, this is a winner. This is a winner. All right, these two should have won as well. So look at the balance right now. When we refresh, you should see an increase in the balance, 220. Look at that. It's pretty significant. Okay. So together that was a $10,000 trade size. The profit from it was 17,000. All right, from that. Okay, crazy. 70%, 78%, huh? So it's like it fluctuates, the percentages and whatnot. But yeah, look, you saw this over here. Now look at this, look at this. Look how it's creeping up, right? We're gonna wait for a solid opportunity to strike. Right now, we could go in for a short-term sell. Short-term sell, we could go in for that. If it's ready to break above, then okay, we'll go with the longer-term buy. But we go with a short-term sell right now on USD JPY. I mean, this is kind of screaming an opportunity right here. This would be a quick one. Sorry. Again, when it comes to binary, you got to be picky. If you're gonna go in for a sell, go in at a high point. For example, over here, if you're gonna go in for a buy, go in at a low point. See what's happening. Okay, so it's right here, top of my triangle, right, which is also a resistance. Right there. But on the grand scheme of things, all right, this is still, we could go in for a long-term buy. We just trying to, when it comes to binary, take advantage of the short-term moves. It's really what we're looking to do. Okay, yeah, so I ended up catching it like really low over here, which is crazy. Yeah, that was too low. But, when it comes to binary, you got to be picky. It got to be above. Let's do that again. But this time, let's be picky. So I'm going to have to do a 2-for-1 cover, which means 2 trades to cover the 1L. Overall, I'm good, as you can see. No, don't leave the station yet. Come up a little higher. Let's get you where we had you, bro. Come on. All right. Not the best place. I wanted to get all the way up here. See, that's better. I'm going to have to go for a longer term one. It's a hot asset, right? Up, here you go. Longer term buy. I was trying to get in on the short term sell. right? But yeah, there's going to be tons of opportunities that's going to present itself in the market, utilizing the combinations of different indicators. You create your strategy. Looks like it is going to be ready to break above. And so those what I would do is longer term buys. So I would do like some 20-minute buys over here, at least a couple of them, because looks like it's going to creep out of the lower pitchfork level over here. Okay, and then come up a little higher, deeper into the pitchforks. All right, higher into the pitchforks levels. So that is what I see over here. And so, for example, we could call any strategy that we put together whatever name we want. And for example, we could call this the gold digger, right? You know, you got your pitchfork over here. You got your digging tool, all right. Your profit digger or whatever. Like it could be whatever, all right. The quick buck, right? To make a couple of quick bucks. Make it a scalping, based strategy. It could be whatever. I name my strategies other types of stuff like simple scalper, pickpocket, web slinger, blue gator. I've come up with names and whatnot. So come up with a catchy name, and if you have enough consistency, enough good results, and consistency with those good results over time, give the strategy a name, tell people about it, teach people it, and they're gonna want it. So how do you create a template out of strategies, out of indicators? Well, once you have the indicators on the chart, then you can literally go into publishing the idea, right? Or you could go right into indicator templates and save the indicator template. So quick buck strategy. All right. And so right over here, it'll say saved indicators with these settings already in it. And you save it. Boom. And now you have the template for the quick buck. Boom. Quick buck strategy right here. And then if you start it, it'll appear as a little button. So now I can hover my mouse and you'll see quick buck strategy. Okay. So that's what we could do, is save the template before we publish it. Now, if we want to publish the quick buck, we go over here into publish idea, the quick buck strategy. All right, come up with whatever description that you want. Okay. What category, technical indicators, whatever you want to do. Click continue. Use ChatGPT for the description here, just to keep it simple for yourself. Okay, and you could set it to public, or you could set it as a private idea. Okay, so I would set it to public. Okay, chart resolution too low for public idea. That's fine. We'll keep it private. All right, publish private idea. All right, and now look. Now I actually have the link to give to people. Hey, look, take a look at the quick buck strategy. The quick buck strategy is fire. Definitely check it out. And look how clean that looks, right? We go over here, copy that link, save that link, and now just share it with whoever. And their steps would be to, number one, click on share, and then click on make it mine. So now when they make it theirs, all right, their chart is going to show up exactly how my chart showed up. And so look, it's going to get deeper. It's going to get higher into the pitchfork levels, higher term buys, right? Higher term, like 20-minute buys. And that's going to be good. All right. Remember, supply and demand. Okay. When the levels are giving you a story, follow that story. Okay. So look at that. Okay. Real crazy. This is how you create a strategy. You use indicators. You use certain indicators together. If they work well together, great. If you start to develop, good results, great. If you're getting good, consistent results over time, even better, right? At this time, give it a name, all right? Create a template and publish the idea, give it a name, and now other people can take on that strategy. That's how you create a strategy. Literally, it's not hard. Okay, and look, we're doing this with regular technical indicators. So, okay, Nes, can you show me some examples of what you've done? Absolutely. Look, let's go over here. Let's go into my profile. Okay, let's go into my profile, and we could go and see what's all on here. What I have been publishing this whole time. Let's show more ideas. All right, and you can see Precision Striker came out with in 2018. The Simple Scalper strategy I came out with before the Precision Striker. Okay, I don't know how my original one erased, but that was actually before the Precision Striker. Precision Striker was basically released around the same time Simple Scalper 2.0. I guess I had some adjustments to make and I erased the old ones. But look, okay, you can see over here, Simple Scalper 2.0, I came out with literally ahead of time. Okay, I've come up with strategies for other individuals that they could use to sell. All right, and you can see I have all these on here. The pickpocket was a massive hit. Okay, it was really powerful. So the Simple Scalper was great, gave a lot of people consistent results. It is still being used today in remixed formats with different educators that made a name for themselves throughout multiple companies in this industry. All right, so yeah, Simple Scalper and Pickpocket. Pickpocket was fire as well. Okay, let's not just talk about it. Let me just show you how to implement it. So go in here. Okay, boom, make it mine. There you go. And that chart will appear same way mine's did back then, right? Obviously, times have changed. So the white background with the red and blue theme, that's not my thing anymore. I like a different color scheme now. TradingView has updated throughout the years, okay? But let's keep going, okay? That was Simple Scalper. All right, I came out with the bounce back swing strategy before the company that I used to be with came out with a bounce. They named a strategy bounce back. I came out with that one before that, right? Let's go to the pickpocket. Okay, same thing. Remember, share and then make it mine, and then there you go. All right, and these are with custom indicators. We could keep it moving. Look, Web Slinger. And this all before HFX was even announced. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is strategies that I really took my time and I really back tested like crazy. I burned my eyes on these screens for a long time. Collection of indicators that work well together. And now you could do some epic things like put multiple indicators within one indicator, All right. Multiple things, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Then again to my advanced ones, which I already have on here. I have some fire strategies, guys. Like, this is insane. Like, I really do. I got some fire strategies. Blue Magic Pro. I got my Jailbreaker Pro FX strategy. Diffusion effect. Quick buck strategy. This was like, this is not even a real strategy. This is just to show you how you could make one, pretty quick. But yeah, I already have mine saved on my chart the way I like it already. So yeah, let's leave, and let's leave. Okay. All right. So now, like, I could go right into the ones that I already have saved. So I go to Blue Magic Pro and boom. Okay. Got my bad boy saved up. This is actually great. Look how fire that looks, right? Double touch swing technique. The Jailbreaker. All right, some strategies is not going to be as accurate, but what you do is you mess around with the settings, and again, you aim for that consistency. Okay. This Simple Scalper 3.0, very impressive. Trap Scanner Deluxe Part 2. Yes, I had a Part 1. Just the Trend Scalper. Right, you get kind of a heads up display right there. You see that? Little heads up display. Okay, so I'm always back testing stuff, always. All right, here's the Web Slinger 3.0. All right, so I stay creating, I stay analyzing, and I stay trading. All right, it's just one of those things that I do together. I intertwine them together. I analyze a whole lot, and I create according to what I analyze, and I trade really to test. And there's some times where I come up with some hits, right? Like you saw the Simple Scalper Part 3. It's impressive. 66% accuracy. That's pretty damn good, right? If you try to come up with some strategies, according to the Trading View back tester, that's very impressive. If you ask most people, it will say that their strategy is 80, 90%, 95%, whatever. Let me tell you, if that was the case, they would all be billionaires, and they wouldn't need your money. They wouldn't need your money when they pitch you your product, right? When they pitch you their product. So naturally, you're going to look at the market and you're going to do some manual analyzing along with what you see. But that was based off of an algorithm, right? So imagine if every trade went live it still passed the test, right? If you do more than 60% in the markets, any people that's like OG trading stocks for the last 40, 50 years, they would tell you that's extremely impressive. So I developed strategies where if it went on automation mode, it would have a consistent growing, range to it. But obviously for me, I'm picky when it comes to my entry. So I would use my strategies. And if I don't see things aligned the way how I want it to align, it's a no for me. So imagine doing that. Your accuracy will only improve because you're not going for every single opportunity that your strategy template is identifying as potential trades. Okay, so this is just one of those things. So I got literally a whole lot of strategies that I developed and I've created and back tested and used and profited on myself. And this is really like the final stage of analysis when you really think about it. And can you create strategies and sell them? Yes, you can. It's called invite only scripts. So you could publish invite only scripts, right? And people will have to pay for them. And so even me as a trader that's been trading for almost 10 years, you damn right. Let me remove all indicators. You damn right. There's some stuff that I buy into, right? And it could be through the Trading View community, okay, which I do have. Let's go into some indicators, go to invite only. All right. This is from one of my boys. This guy he's been a millionaire. This guy just, for lack of a better term, this guy just poops money, right? So he created this one right here, and the accuracy on this is insane. I edited the coloring of it, but for the most part, it's all there. All right, and the original strategy, if it's a 100% call out on it, then the whole bar would turn gray. So people will have to pay for something like this. And like I said, this is just insane the way he programmed this. OG trader, this guy is like in his 40s or something. OG trader for real. I seen this guy. He's never been a part of any MLM company at all. This is a straight raw dog trader. Okay. So I was actually gifted this through him. Okay. And if I was able to buy it, I would, but he insisted on giving me as a gift because he appreciates my work. He's a good friend of mine. So, shout out to you. Okay. And I know he's fairly a private person, so I don't want to put his name out there. And here's another one, right? Harmonics Pro. Okay. All right, I had access to this. What happened to it? Okay, that's fine. I'll just have to contact the author. But yeah, so I've gotten access to that as well. That was, it's like, what was it? It was a couple of $100, whatever. But to be honest with you, the best harmonic scanner that I've seen out there, period, hands down, is harmonicscanner.ai. When you go over here to harmonicscanner.ai, literally type that in, harmonicscanner.ai. Look at the videos, take a look at everything there, harmonicscanner.ai. Register for the free trial of it. It's a free trial. Register for the free trial. Go to harmonicscanner.ai, register for the free trial, and you'll get access to the most advanced harmonic scanner that I've seen, even more advanced than this invite-only script that I was trying to log into. This, is a service. The lower end of the service is $25 a month. The higher end is $50 a month. So I got the $25 one. I also had the $50 a month on another account. But essentially, if you look at some of the companies out there, like Economies, Monera Scanner, is powered by this. So if you go direct to the source, harmonicscanner.ai, you can actually just have an account directly through them at a discount of $25 for the silver. But you can start the free trial. It's a 7-day free trial. Get the free trial. And so it'll scan multiple patterns right here. And you can literally take them off if it makes your chart look too busy. And if you want to see what the stop loss and take profit levels are, just click on show and it'll show you. Okay. So you'll have your entry, your stop loss, and your take profit. Okay. Now, check this out. How can you use it for binary when it comes to time? Well, I mean, look at what the market is doing, okay? And look at the time frame and just follow the 3 candle rule. That's really it. It's really not much to it, but this is an extremely powerful platform. So go to harmonicscanner.ai and just get the free trial. It literally is that fire, right? Now, me and my team, we're developing our own AI scanner based upon our strategies, my strategies that I develop. So when I get on here, let me just log in real quick. And this is still not, some people tell me they can't get access to it, whatever. So we're going to work on that. I believe all the problems are fixed, but it was mostly a thing for the developer to do. But what you'll see is there's several of my strategies that are on here. Now, it's a little different than the binary charts because when it comes to the binary FX charts, you'll have my strategies on here, which you could click and it'll change the template of the chart, right? So this bypasses a lot of the, making it mine and then saving the template or whatever. This is literally a quick switch. Okay, you could use the binary FX chart. Okay, but the binary FX AI charts have the signals working with them. So if I go to any one of these strategies, okay, I'll see what the chart is showing, but I'll also be able to see the signals that's being pumped in the chart. And I could click any one of these and it'll show me the currency pair within the trade template that I was using. And, with these, it's simple. All you have to do if you want to edit your indicator is simple. Just double click on it or just go into the settings and just do what you would normally do with that. Okay. Make a little background for it. Go to defaults, save as default, and boom. So now next time when you want to use this indicator, you'll be able to, use that. Can you edit this chart? Yes, you can. Just double click on the currency pair and boom, you can edit the canvas, right? All right, however you want to do it. Okay. Boom. Yeah, you can switch this up however you want, really. Okay. Same with the binary FX chart. All right. And so we're working on that. Okay. And look, this is all for DIY analysis, for you to be able to use these apps, use these tools, and, get some pretty good analysis going for yourself. Or you could just subscribe to the signals that we have. It's just $50 a month. And it will do all the analysis for you, so you don't have to do it. I'm just aware that there are people that are like me that, really love trading, and they love looking at the charts, and they love learning and stuff like that. Listen, you could use these web apps for your analysis needs, and they're pretty fire. Right now, I would just say go to harmonicscanner.ai. This is very advanced. Okay, this is a very advanced thing. You go over here to the monitor. You'll see all the other signals that you're generating from this. Okay, it'll show you the chart right there. You'll also get notifications as well. Okay, and it really is extremely special. So go over to harmonicscanner.ai. You'll see that there. If you're looking at the binary FX strategy charts, we have the traditional strategy charts and we got the AI strategy charts. All right, and so we'll come out with something really cool for this really soon. But right now, harmonicscanner.ai is going to be the technical analysis tool. Okay, that you could find. You could also get a TradingView account, but honestly, you could bypass the TradingView account. If you don't want to do all the extra stuff, that's fine. You want to keep it simple. harmonicscanner.ai. Subscribe to the signals too. So $50 a month plus $25 a month. That's $75 a month. Less than $100 a month. You'll have all you need to, be profitable. Use the web app for your own analysis, but also, leverage the ideas that we're putting into the Telegram and the Discord. So if you look at the Telegram, and you see the signals that we're putting out, it's all out there, right? If you go into our Discord, all right, same thing. It's the same signals. So you go over here to the trade ideas and voila, all right? You'll get these signals. And as you can see, it's pretty clean, all right? They go on Telegram too. So the same ones you see on the Discord, it's mirrored on to the Telegram channel that you will access. So how do you access it? Very simple. Go over to mineonbillions.pro. How can you find everything? Very simple. Just go over here to mineonbillions.pro. Hover your mouse on binary FX. Okay. And then here you get the AI harmonics charts. All right. And here you go right to the Telegram trade ideas. So you click on that and it'll bring you right to the bot. And then you can click on plans and you can subscribe to $50 per month or $500 for a whole year. I will say this. If you subscribe to the $500 for a whole year, I'll make sure that you'll have access to Financial Literacy University, Digital Gladiator Bootcamp, and the regular binary FX chart. So not the AI one, because we're still working on that one, but you'll get access to the binary FX charts plus that you see over here. And it's a really good thing to have. So if you have the annual subscription, I'll make sure I hook you up with some extra bonuses. And so that's really it. This is how you create strategies. Okay, you use indicators together based on market conditions. Sometimes it switches up on you, right? You saw how the market went from trending conditions to consolidation mode, right? And how you just have to switch it up when it comes according to that. Losses will happen. It's a part of the game. But the idea is to minimize risk and maximize gains. Okay, so just keep that in mind. To minimize risk and maximize gains over time through consistency, you will see you can start to scale your account. All right, and just keep in mind that trading involves risk, including some or all of your initial investment. Trade ideas are just that. They're ideas. Okay, they're not absolutes. No idea is absolute. No indicator is 100% correct 100% of the time. A lot of the ideas are based on technical indicators. So just keep this in mind. Consistency is key. Minimize your risk to maximize your potential gain, right? Be picky with your entries. Buy low, sell high. That's the idea. Okay. And don't revenge trade in the market. And if you got questions, ask us. Look at all the videos. Look at all the rest of the videos. It's all going to be placed on a playlist for you where you could conveniently locate it. And, starting next week, we're going to be doing our live trade. So, it's going to be live. We're going to be making noises. It's going to be parent friendly. So it is going to be noisy. So if you want a clean cut, quiet environment, then I would recommend that you just take the signals. Right? You just take the signals and trade quietly in your own time, but it's going to be pretty loud. I'm going to make it parent friendly because, after 5 o'clock, my kids are no longer with the sitters. And sometimes, my son likes to come in here and play around or whatnot. So it's going to be parent friendly. So for those of you parents out there that, you always wanted a quiet environment to learn, I'm going to give you what the reality is. When you are a parent and a trader, it's not going to be all quiet after 5 p.m. when the kids are home, right? So I get my kids back from my grandmother, who's the nanny for the kids right now, during the day. Once I pick them up and I bring them back to my house over here, they're going to make noise. So it's going to be parent-friendly sessions. I close myself in here anyway. You're still going to be able to get the gist of what's going on, and we're going to be good. We're going to be focused on trading, but I am going to be adding some effects to it. All right, so we're going to be making money. If we take some L's, we're going to eat them L's, and we're going to come out on top together. People are going to be amazed at what they see. All right, people are going to be looking at their accounts. They're going to be like, sheesh. So if you want to come over here with bad energy, that's the wrong answer, because over here people are going to be able to jump to the next level. So we're going to have fun with this, y'all. We're going to have fun with this. And this is the last of the learning series that I did. Okay, binary FX, live learning. So next week we trade. We get action. For individuals that want the knowledge and want the live learning or whatever, just catch the videos in the playlist, right? Because the God honest truth is people want that dopamine, people want that rush to trade live with the rest of us. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run the live show next week. Okay, so all the learning is done. Enjoy. It's going to be over 9 hours worth of content, almost 10 hours. I believe it's going to be 10 hours, but enjoy, okay? There's a lot of knowledge that we covered. And just to quickly recap, we covered what is Forex and binary. We did the whole rundown on that. We covered live charting. We covered contraction, expansion, fundamental analysis, drawing tools, part 1 and 2. Trading indicators, part 1 and 2, and today was strategy creation. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to trading with you live next week. Let's go.